Okay, so back at the fertility clinic, I'm going in for my SIS test today. It's the Saline Sonogram. I am probably not pronouncing that correctly. It is this. I will spell it here. I've done this test before. They shoot some saline up yourself and do a more in-depth ultrasound, essentially, so they could actually see the shape of the uterus and get a better image to see if there's anything there. Last time I went to the clinic was to try to do the FET procedure, the frozen embryo transfer, and it was canceled because my lining didn't get to the required thickness that it needs to be. And so we're doing this SIS test to figure out what possibly could be the issue, whether maybe there's scarring from my surgery, maybe another fibroid, or maybe nothing at all, and it's just how my system is. I have no idea. Since then, I've been doing acupuncture, taking more supplements, doing more walking, mild exercise, nothing intense, taking like Chinese herbs, just giving it my best shot. Yeah, we'll see. I'm anxious. I don't know if you could tell because I don't know what to expect. All I know is I'm doing the best that I can, and that's all I can do. Yeah, crossing fingers for some good news or even neutral news. But even if it's bad news, I'm telling myself that it's going to be okay regardless, because again, just giving it my best shot. So, crossing fingers for me. So, just came back from the test, which sucks. I don't like that test at all. However, I will say this time around, it was better than the first time I took that test. The first time I took that test, I didn't know what to expect at all. And as they were doing it, I almost passed out because there was like a sudden, really deep internal pain that I'd never experienced before. And I almost passed out. This time it was a pinching and it still sucked. I was not pleased. I was doing a lot of like deep breathing and the nurse held my hand, but I didn't feel like passing out. It was just deeply uncomfortable. That test sucks. If I could not have to do that test again ever, that would be great. However, if this is what I have to do to get pregnant, I will do it as many times as needed. Also, this test was $700. But ultimately, I got good news. There is no scarring. There is no fibroids, which means I don't have to do any other surgery or procedures. And I asked them what my lining looked like now, considering I haven't been taking any estrogen. I've only been doing supplements and the acupuncture since the last time, and it's at about a 5.5, which is kind of what it was the first time the FET was canceled, and that was with medicine. So my assumption is, which I should get clarification from them, but my assumption is if I got to the same place I got before, with now unmedicated, that the next time I start the next cycle with medication, if I'm doing both, it should get me to 7, crossing fingers. But we at least now know at this point there's nothing wrong with my uterus itself, which is fantastic news, because that's what I was worried about. I was so anxious and nervous that they were going to say, hey, your uterus is no bueno, no good, sorry, bad oven, and you're going to have to go find a surrogate or something like that. But as of now, that is not on the table still. I don't have to think about that. It's just a matter of figuring out the right doses of medicine and stuff that I've been doing and to get my lining where it needs to be. And that is great. So I'm happy about that. Outside of that, there's no other thing to update. I have to wait until I get my next period and let them know, and then we will start the estrogen again, and we will try for another attempt at the frozen embryo transfer. But right now, we're good. It was also cool, like, I didn't get a chance to, like, take a picture or anything because there was a lot going on and I was in pain. But I haven't ovulated yet, which was cool. It's really interesting when you're tracking your own cycles. I track my temperature every morning, and I was like, ooh, it's coming. It's either it happened yesterday or it's going to happen today or maybe tomorrow. And I was like, ooh, we're pushing it close with this test. And he was like, oh, you haven't ovulated yet, but you're about to. And I was like, noted. And I also asked the nurse, I'm like, hey, if I haven't ovulated yet, if I'm with my husband unprotected, can I? And she was just like, maybe not today because of this test, but why not? So that's interesting. But we'll see. Definitely don't feel like doing anything today. I am uncomfortable. But yeah, yeah, I'm just relieved and just, I'm happy. Anyway, that's the update. So, maybe I'll show you guys in the rest of this video all the supplements I've been taking and the herbs I've been doing so that update isn't just this. So I'll do that when I get home. All right, it's been a few days since that exam. I've been to the acupuncturist since, and she gave me a new supplement to use, and I figured since I'm doing that, I should talk about all of the supplements that I'm taking, which is a lot. And yeah, I don't know if this will help other people, but this is what I'm doing. I don't know if any of this will technically work, but at this point I am trying everything, and I don't think any of this stuff hurts. So obviously, if you're also on your own fertility journey, please talk to your own doctors about supplements and what works for you and everything, because all of our bodies are like off in different ways and we all need different things. So these are the things that I'm using. It's mostly to try to help with my uterine lining specifically, and also egg quality, general health, all that stuff, because there's still a possibility, albeit small, that I could get pregnant naturally. So I also want to make sure like good egg health and all that stuff too. So it's just, there's a lot. So let's start. The first thing that I take, this is, I feel like everybody's on this, prenatal vitamins, mostly for the folic acid and the DHA. These are just things that you need to develop an embryo, a baby, the whole thing. Like you need these to help ensure like healthy development. And they recommend, if anybody like is trying to have a kid at any point, to be taking these like ahead of time. You don't wait until you're pregnant to take these. Like, this is a good go-to. Also, I picked a multivitamin because it has a whole bunch of stuff in it, like vitamin A, C, D, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B, folate, biotin, pantheomethic acid. It's got calcium, iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, all that stuff is in here. Yeah. You don't need to get this brand. I'm not promoting the specific brands here either. It's just a matter of like, this is prenatal vitamin. Next up is vitamin D. Yeah, a lot of people have vitamin D deficiency. I figured I should take this as well. I take 2 of these every day, along with magnesium, because with magnesium, these absorb better into your body. This is also helping me for digestion issues as well. So like these two together are great. Don't take too much magnesium if you're trying this out because it'll give you the runs and you don't want that. So yeah, I only do one of these, 2 of these every day. Vitamin D is what you get when you're walking around the sun. You get it from the sun's rays and on your skin. Your skin naturally makes vitamin D. However, the older you get and the less you are outside, you don't get enough of it, and it's essential for like bone and teeth and muscle health. It's just generally good for fertility overall. At least that's what I was told. So I take these. Yeah, I've also noticed when I've taken these, like my energy levels are a little bit better. So, next up, CoQ10. Yeah, CoQ10 is specifically for egg quality and just also general like fertility health. But I started taking these like over a year ago once we started trying to have a kid. Apparently it takes 3 months at least for this to kind of start getting into your system. So you have to kind of be taking these for a while to feel any effect of these. I don't know if these helped me get our 2 embryos, but I'm attributing that a little bit to this. But these are highly recommended if you go on any like fertility site. CoQ10 is like kind of always mentioned as like, please take these. So just putting that out there. Next up, vitamin E. I take 3 of these a day. It's supposed to be for uterine lining health, all that, to try to get to like thicken. Will it do that? I don't know. It says it has a bunch of other benefits as well, such as supporting the immune system and antioxidant activity and things like that. So overall, like a good vitamin to have. But yeah, I'm specifically taking these to try to improve my uterine lining. Another like good go-to for general health, not just specifically like fertility health, but also fertility, is fish oil tablets. These I actually got from my acupuncturist, this particular brand. Normally I would get the ones from the CVS and stuff. You know, they're just fish oil. But, you know, omega-3s, all those good fatty fats for your body and your heart and like just general function. So fish oil. I like these capsules because when you burp, you don't taste them, because sometimes some brands you swallow them and like you burp and then you taste the fish oil and it's gross. So far with this brand, I have not had that issue. So next up, specifically for uterine lining, is L-arginine. Is that how you pronounce it? L-arginine. L-arginine. One or the other. This is it in powder form. I also get this from my acupuncturist. I mix this with water, and it has like a little scoop in it. I think I can show you. It has a little scoop in there. And this is specifically for uterine lining. It's supposed to really help with that. This is also a good flavor. I actually like how this tastes. It tastes like a tea. I drink it with warm water, just because it mixes better with warm water. And yeah, I drink it as a tea. One of the more pleasant of all these things. It's just nice not to have a pill, because when it comes down to it, it's a lot of pills. So yeah. And last but not least is Wen Ying Tang. This I got from my acupuncturist. These are like Chinese herbs. They don't cure diseases. They are specifically for like body health patterns, as how it was described. It has like just a bunch of like herbs in it, like oyster shell, roots, white peony, like cinnamon, ginger, licorice, Asian ginseng, white Asian ginseng root, and a whole bunch of other stuff in it. It's just mostly like, it is herbs, and it's like in this dropper form. I've seen it also in pill form, but I do 2 of those droppers in the morning and 2 in the evening. But yeah, she had me start on this, and it's supposed to be, I looked it up because obviously I'm like, what is this stuff? And it smells like bitter ginger licorice. It's not like a bad smell, but it's very bitter. So drinking it with some water helps. But I wouldn't call it like a great taste, but it's certainly not too bad. It's just, yeah, it's like a bitter licorice. And I looked it up, and it's definitely with like Chinese herbal medicine. This stuff has been around since like 2023 AD. Like, it's a very old combination of herbs that are specifically used for women's health. The theory is that this keeps your uterus from being cold. And again, it's one of these things where I'm like, this can't hurt. I will say, since taking this, and I don't know if it's a combination of the sonogram that I took earlier this week and this, but I have like kind of cramping, but not really cramping. It doesn't hurt, but I definitely feel like something's going down there, like in the pocket, you know? Like, I don't know, it feels, warmer's not the right word, but like activity. But I honestly think that could also just be like my body getting readjusted from the Saline Sonogram, which was not pleasant, plus this new supplement. So I think maybe there was just like a lot going on. It doesn't feel bad or uncomfortable. I'm not in any pain or anything like that. But whatever's happening, I hope it works to keep my lining thicker, so that next cycle we could try this frozen embryo transfer and it all works out. But yeah, this I think you could only get from an acupuncturist or a TCM, traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. I wouldn't go around just taking this on your own. I definitely would go talk to a specialist, just because better safe than sorry, like just in general. Yeah. And that's it. Those are the supplements that I've been taking. I hope all of this works, because yeah, taking all of this every day is a bit of annoying. But it is what it is. At this point, I'm willing to try anything within a safe means to try to get pregnant. Yeah, wish me luck. Yeah.